Hello everyone and welcome to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez and this is my weekly Moon Day Oracle message. Although today is not Moon Day, it is Tuesday. This is going to be a reading for the week of March 21st, 2023. And happy new moon everybody, as today is the new moon in Aries, which also launches the beginning of a new astrological year, as Aries is the first zodiac in the astrological wheel, or year, if you will. And so it really does speak to new beginnings. New moons are all about new beginnings, planting new seeds, new cycles, rebirth, forward movement, and new opportunities. However, this is also a beautiful opportunity for us all to quantum leap with this new year, or energetic astrological year, if you will. So we just had the equinox as well, which brought us into that point, that 0 point. So it's quite a powerful week, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what messages come forward. So just want to give it a moment just to make sure that everybody can hear me okay. For those of you who are tuning in, just, let me know how the quality of sound is for you. Hello, beautiful Elise. Welcome. Thanks for being here, gorgeous. And Rose Maria, thank you for being here too, beautiful. Wanted to check there. Yeah, and then I'm going to also share this really quickly before we get moving. Oh, thank you, Rosemary. I appreciate that. My voice is a little off, everybody, as I posted yesterday. The reason I didn't go live yesterday was because I've been a little bit dealing with like a kind of congestion and stuff going on, which is making it a little difficult to talk without coughing or tickling my throat. So just bear with me today, everybody. Hi, Dawn. Welcome, beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let me go ahead and see if I can find it to share it. There we go. Okay, I think I got it. All right. I am feeling better. Like I said, it was more so just like, all up in, and it kind of makes sense with, we get a lot of stuff going on, right now with kind of clearing out, detoxing, out with the old, in with the new, equinox, first day of spring, all about spring cleaning and that. So with that said, I'm going to go into really quickly explaining for those of you who are new to Magical Me or Moon Day. Welcome and thank you for being here. This is a reading for the overall energy of the week, giving us a heads up or insight into what we can expect, or what, insight or guidance comes forward for us to embrace and work with, giving us that power to really move in divine flow or harmony with the energy versus kind of going against it. And so this is more for, like I said, for the collective. It is not individual personal readings that I'm doing here. I do offer personal readings privately if you wish to send me a message or check out my services on my page, or even on magicalme.com. You can do that. And so, again, I bring forward this message. I try to go live every Monday, although sometimes it's not on Monday, as you see today. But those of you who are here watching live, greatly appreciate you always tuning in, your support. Those of you catching the replay, this is always received in divine timing. That means that you're here receiving the message and something that is important for you to receive or hear in exactly the right moment in time. So it doesn't matter if you're watching this on the replay months from now or the live, you're here when you're meant to, because this message will resonate with you then, all right? So with that said, before I go into the reading, which I do utilizing oracle cards and my own intuitive abilities to bring us this guidance and insight, before I go into that, I'd just like to go over any news and announcements that I have between here at my business at Magical Me and my sister business, Oracles of the Light. So every month, Oracles of the Light launches a new month of our paid members only group called the Cosmic Oracle. It is so awesome because you get every day a new daily message from either myself or my partner Karen that brings forward an oracle message to give us a heads up as to what we most need to know today. What's the benefit or the message, that we're all meant to be working with throughout the day. So that'll happen all month long in the Cosmic Oracle. The new month will be launching. I'll probably share an event for that probably by the end of this week. So you can join in again for the month of April. I can't believe I just said that we're going to be in April already. And so you'll also get periodic energy forecasts. So I mention some energetic stuff here, astrological wise, Stargate stuff, but I don't really go into it. In the Cosmic Oracle group, we do go into it. We pull oracle guidance to get more of an oracular perspective of what each alignment is going to facilitate for us. And Karen is a sound therapist, so she brings in planetary frequencies with sound pipes and the solfeggio frequencies, and creates this little like orchestra of healing activation, and she shares those twice a month to go along with whatever is going on astrologically in the energy forecasts. So if you're interested, it's $33 for the month. You rejoin every month, so it's not something that's what's the word that I'm looking for? It isn't something that automatically renews. It's something that you decide whether you want to join again every single month. So again, stay on the lookout for the Cosmic Oracles event that I'll be creating so that you can join for the month of April. Hi, Eleanor. Welcome, beautiful. So happy you could make it. All right. So with that said, going on to the next event that we have going on is my Oracle card reading course. So my journey of spirituality really kicked off with when Oracle cards first started coming out onto the scene. I read tarot for years, but I was always self-taught. So when Oracle cards came out, it definitely kind of opened up, like a veil was removed from my eyes. So I became, I'm going to toot my own horn here, really good at it. And it just really was like a gateway to opening up my own intuitive abilities, my own psychic abilities, my own way of communicating with my higher self, the way that spirit communicated to me. And it really taught me to understand that, to learn that, to trust in that. So I went on to start teaching Oracle card reading because it was so just life-changing for me in the way that I read, tarot versus Oracle. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with tarot. I read tarot now. I just read it very differently from the way that I tried to read it based on a structure. Now with Oracle cards, it just really opened up a door that wasn't open for me before. So I went on to teach that. I actually created an online course for it. So it is still available online, and it's a 4-week course. You can purchase that anywhere in the world and learn at your own time in a private Facebook group for $88. However, I am also teaching it now in person. I've just brought it back after years and years of not teaching in person. I just brought the Oracle card class back. It's going to be 2 parts. So the first part is actually going to be taught on April 1st in person at the Oracles of the Light facility. And it's going to be about a 3.5-hour class. And we'll be really working with connecting with your own intuitive abilities, learning how to trust that, learning how to connect with the different clairs that we have, as well as working with the Oracle cards to do readings for yourself and for others. So if you're interested in learning that, the event has been created. It's here on my page. You can find it there. If not, send me a message and I'll get that for you. So it's an Oracle card reading course. And again, it's going to be April 1st. That's the first part. The second part will probably be in May, but that's yet to be announced. So the first part for that, you don't need the second part. I'm going to make it so that you only have the first part, and that's all you need. But if you want to go into the second part to further your abilities to connect more with it, then, that'll be available for those who want it. All right. So any questions you have about any of it, just let me know. Right? Good. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. I'm going to skip creating sacred space today because the breathing, I don't, it's going to trigger some coughing in me. So I'm going to skip that today. So we're going to go right into the oracle message for the week. So it's a big week, everybody. It's monumental, life-changing. We've got, obviously you heard me say in the beginning, for those of you who are here, the equinox, spring and the fall, depending upon where you're at in the world or which hemisphere you're in, happened on the 20th. And that brought us into that space of 0 point and reset. And then we have today the new moon in Aries, which is the first new moon in this astrological new year, as Aries is the first astrological sign in the zodiac wheel, or the wheel of the year. And it really is speaking to the birthing of a whole new timeline, but also a whole new energetic year. But then, or astrological year, energetic year, same, both. Then on the 23rd, we have Pluto moving into Aquarius after being in Capricorn for 15 years. I could be mistaken, but I feel like Pluto has not been in Aquarius since the 1700s. And so, speaking to like revolutionary changes, Pluto being the planet of transformation, death, and rebirth, this is massive. This is life-changing. This happens once, maybe in a lifetime event. So something really powerful that is going to shape the future of our lives, but also globally in the years to come. And you can really look at this as like anchoring in on the age of Aquarius here. So quite powerful. The 25th, we've also got Mars leaving Gemini, where it's been in since August of 2022, moving into Cancer. So I'm not giving you all the details about that stuff because I'll be here for a while talking. But if you want to hear more about that, then joining the Cosmic Oracle group is going to be really beneficial for you. Okay. With that said, I am working with, where are we going? I'm working with the Enchanted Map deck by Colette Baron Reed, because it just feels like our directions are shifting, changing. We are being asked to transcend, to transform, to allow ourselves to shape shift, to adapt, to move into entirely new ways of being, of doing, and just embracing the unknown. So yeah, I'm going to work with this deck to help us see what is the message that comes forward for the first of this astrological year. All right, so what guidance and insight comes forward for the collective's highest good for the week of March 21st, 2023? Wow, that was weird. So are we wrapping something up now? That would also make sense considering Saturn, what was it, 2 weeks ago? Saturn moved, planet of karma, moved out of, it moved into Pisces. And so it moved out of Aquarius into Pisces, and that was since December 2020. So interesting, because those two duos, Saturn and Pluto, are big players, and they are really kicking it up for us. All right. So again, March 21st, 2023, and what we almost need to know this week as a collective. Ooh. I love this. I was like, it's been the last couple of weeks, not with the oracle messages much for Moon Day, but like personal messages and readings. It's been heavy hitting, where it's been like there's so much you got to get done. You got this little amount of time, get it done, get it over, like quantum leap beyond these karmic cycles and patterns. So it's been interesting, but this is a welcome blessing. It is. Let's see if I can get that glare off. It's master number 33, everybody. So look at that to begin with. Master numbers are numbers that we do not break down in numerology because they are sacred unto themselves. And 33, being the 3 repeated by itself, does speak to Christ consciousness, which speaks to the age of Aquarius, which speaks to unified oneness and alignment within ourselves, anchoring in our divinity, and coming into more alignment with that. So also 33 is known as the master teacher, which speaks to mastering. And that does make sense with moving beyond these old karmic cycles now entering into new patterns. So mastering and leveling up. And what is she doing but quantum leaping, in my opinion? And it says peaks of joy. I wish I could get that off. Let's see if I can. There we go. Peaks of joy. So this is like, allow yourself to be lit up. Allow yourselves to be lifted and raised up by the circumstances that are unfolding. And with that said, when circumstances unfold to help us to jump or shift into a new era, a new reality, a new cycle for ourselves, a new year, when that happens, there's that out with the old. So sometimes those are things that are unexpected, that are falling away from our lives. It could even just be the way that we engaged in circumstances, the way that, like, for example, I've been speaking about this a lot, relationships and the way that we engage, the patterning in which we were taught about relationships and romance specifically are outdated. They are falling away. They're being broken down. We're being asked to learn higher love. New, it's not really new. These are ancient, but it was ways that were kind of stamped out over time due to imbalances and distortions with the patriarchal energy and whatnot. I'm not going to go into all that right now, but you get my drift. So for just an example, it doesn't necessarily have to be anything with relationships. This is any sort of cycle or way of looking at things, ways of perceiving your direction and where you thought you wanted to go in life, where you thought your path was going. It's like everything is changing. And so in order for that to happen, you know, we've got to be removed from the old pattern, the old template. And we're being guided to embody our higher octave of our templates in our realities or our timelines that are now available to us, that are now coming online. So we are asked to embrace these changes with joy and the purity and the awe of like that childlike wonder, to uplift us and show us a new way, to show us that these things that are happening are not happening to us, they're happening for us. And there's going to be, I feel, not all bad. Some of it, and none of it's bad. None of it is bad. But I understand how, when you're not expecting something to turn into a tower moment, initially that looks bad, you know. But after the rubble clears, you now see this fresh ground that's perfect for building something new on. And not only that, but you've got all the building blocks there that can be used to build an entirely new tower or structure in a new dynamic way that's maybe completely innovative. So whatever it is in your life, whatever areas that you might be or have been having some challenging moments, or where you thought things were going and they're not anymore, that is all happening because you are being lifted up out of the old and replaced into the new, which gives you the opportunity to experience all new reality, all new opportunities, all new connections. So we can expect that this week is going to bring peaks of joy. If we can remember that, if it doesn't seem like a joyful moment, find the joy in the moment. Find the lesson, and you level up that quick, okay? We are also in 0 point with Saturn in Pisces, with Pluto moving into Aquarius. We're going to be in 0 degrees of certain planets moving to certain alignments for a while, which means it's a new restart. When you think of 0 point, think of the void space. Think of, this is the prime, it's the womb. It's the perfect space to cultivate new life. So from 0 point, we are instantly manifesting. We are creating as we speak, as we think, as we do. So keep all that in mind, because you can go really far if you're using the power of your will and this energy to your advantage, obviously in positive ways. What's not in alignment with you and for you and isn't serving any good, obviously it's probably not going to work out. But also, it comes always with something on the back end. So remember that if you're putting anything out there that isn't good, or for the highest and greatest good, you're going to get that right back, right? So peaks of joy, and I love the butterfly that she's like, it's almost like she's mimicking the butterfly's flight, and it's like, look at you with your shiny new gossamer wings, and you are ready to soar to areas and breaking limitations and boundaries of what you even thought previously possible. So when these new opportunities present themselves this week or in the coming weeks, don't shut them down. Even if it feels like it's not in a path that you thought you wanted to go, or it's not in alignment, or there's no way that it's going to work, step outside the box. Aquarius is the rebel energy, and they are pioneering in revolutionizing the way that we do things. What wasn't working, Aquarius brings in the energy of, I'm going to show you what isn't working and how it needs to work, because I'm going to break everything down until it does. And Pluto coming in there like hand of God, ripping everything out like, this doesn't work anymore, let's get rid of it. Bring it up to the surface, let it go. So, powerful week, great new experiences and opportunities. Allow yourself to revel in the bliss, the euphoria, the magic that's on those higher octaves of anything that might be seemingly surfacey. Interestingly, too, today, this actually has given me a flashback to, I did my daily oracle for myself. I do every day. And today I got a really weird vibe. Today, messages looked phenomenal. But then there was this other energy beneath it. That's the only way that I can explain it. There's this other energy beneath it, and it was heavier energy. And for a moment, I went into that space of, I guess you could say fear, where I was like, oh no, what is going to happen today? What does this mean? Let me take a step back and reflect, because I felt like it was really good, but then I'm getting this other energy coming in. We are actually floating between two spaces right now, because we're not fully with our feet yet anchored into the new. We're still leaving the old, transitioning into the new, right? So we're in this really in-between floaty space. And as we're going to experience peaks of that higher reality. I keep saying higher, guys, but it's not better. Understand what I mean? It's different. Higher vibrating. I don't know how. Again, there's no other word for that. So things are lighter there. Things are different. You don't have to experience the turbulence and the struggle in the old. You're always going to have challenges no matter what energy you're in. With everything, that's how we learn and grow here. But it's like you're going to experience up and down waves of it, where it's like, oh, but look at what's available to me. I don't have to accept this. And that's exactly what I did with my cards today, where I was like, oh no. Like, I see this dark goblin-y stuff that wants to create illusions, but I don't have to play into that, because I'm creating everything. I'm manifesting. I say, right? To an extent, we have mostly control over our circumstances. We do have control over how we respond to everything. So I instead chose to look at the amazing magic that was playing out in those cards, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to take that. That's what I want my reality to be today. And so far, so good. So that is our message, everybody. I hope that it resonates with all of you, or at least that it makes sense. You can understand it as you move through this week. And, always come back to these messages. They're always available on replay. Come back to them, because as we move through the days of the week and the energy, it's like Monday was a year ago, or Tuesday was a year ago, and Friday is like, wait, by the time the whirlwind of life happens, we aren't anchored and grounded in the vision that we had, or the message that we had, or the awareness that we had. So it does allow for you to kind of come back, refresh, and get that new perspective when things start maybe feeling a little bit wonky this week. Okay. Brenda says, I heard something the other day that if joy feels unattainable, seek out relief to bring your vibration up. Oh, I like that. I love that. Yeah, it's like, if joy feels unattainable, seek out relief to bring your vibration up. So yeah, absolutely. Like, what is it that, my friends and I always talk about this when we're in a space for the day where it's like, you feel like maybe you're spiraling a little bit. We always ask each other, is there anything that you can do to shift it? What would help you shift it today? And sometimes it's just getting outside and going for a walk. Sometimes it's watching funny reels that make you laugh hysterically, and it just shifted the energy. And sometimes it's like, I can't even believe I felt like that 15 minutes ago, and I'm already feeling like, it's like when you wake up and it's like, did that really happen yesterday? Because I feel so different today. So absolutely great thing to share, Brenda. Thank you for that. And yeah, always ask yourself, what can I do to shift it? Because this does not have to be my reality. It does not have to be my experience. I can't control what happens outside and what happens, to me, but I can control how I engage it and allow it to continue to impact me going forward. Okay. Eleanor, I love that you said that. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, and in my new course that I'm working on, that's going to be available to the public, called the Venus Rose Gates. It's working with the cycles and the synodic journey of planet Venus, and some of you know my rose journeys. It's kind of like that, but not. The roses are always incorporated with each gateway, and that's going to be available to the public, hopefully, I think, by August of this year. So this is actually my yellow rose altar that I'm working with at this moment. So they bloomed beautifully, and interestingly that you pointed them out, the yellow rose, I do have a yellow rose meditation, everyone, that specifically works with beautiful, beautiful goddess woman, queen throughout history, Anne Boleyn, who is so misportrayed throughout her life and, the following decades. Such a beautiful energy. She comes forward to bring us the healing of the yellow rose. That meditation is available for everyone for $22. If you want it, you can find it on my website, Magical Me. You could also message me privately and I'll get it for you. But the yellow rose is the symbol of joy and finding and reclaiming our joy and our power again. So she takes you, Anne Boleyn and myself, take you through this beautiful journey of reclaiming your joy with the yellow rose. So I love that you brought that up, because it is all about the peaks of joy this week. So thank you for that, sweetheart. All right, everybody, that is our Moon Day message for the week. I'm sending you all so much love. Remember, ground, ground, ground this week. So much happening. Lots of water. It will help keep you stabilized and help, flush at the same time, so that, because like myself, we are detoxing and releasing what can't go with us into the new. Thank you, Eleanor. I love you. Bless you. Elise, you are so welcome. Rosemary, so welcome. Thank you all for being here. Take care.